Talk with LT, brought to you by StatGuap.com. StatGuap.com/shop for your finest fashion in Toronto. All right, let's get into it. So the first topic I want to talk about is the OKC Thunder, 8-12. At this time last year, they were 12-8, and they had nobody. They had Russell Westbrook and a bag of garbage. But now they have Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Carmelo Anthony, and they can't get it together. I feel like the major problem with them, if they just fix their coaching, I don't know what's going on with Billy Donovan, but if they get better schemes, better plays, better design for Paul George to be more of a focal point in the offense, then maybe they'll become a little more successful. Melo's not going to go to the bench. That'll probably be good for the team. Get some of the younger players starting. Get some of them more minutes, but Melo ain't going to the bench. Melo's kind of like a cancer to the team, but hey, this is 1 year. Maybe after next year they'll get better, but it's fucked because they have the firepower to compete with anybody. They took out Golden State earlier this year, but Golden State's not really focused right now. But nonetheless, they still took them out. I just feel like they're not focused. Well, they are focused. Russell Westbrook was trying hard. You see at the end of the last game, you see Paul George playing both ends of the floor, but it's just like something's not clicking. I think it's the coaching. I feel like they need to make some changes. I don't know if they need to make some coaching changes, but their strategies and their game plans and their plays, their defense seems pretty good right now, but that's about it. So, what do y'all think's wrong with the Thunder? What do y'all think they need to do to get it together? And who do you got as the biggest disappointment in the NBA right now? I got the Thunder, because the Thunder disappointing as fuck. You see the press conference with Eli Manning. I don't feel sorry for Eli Manning. Eli Manning is pretty trash. They talk about Eli Manning being a Hall of Famer. Like, no, I don't give a fuck if you won 2 rings. Like, the Giants won 2 rings. Their defense in that running game those years. And you're wide. Those years that they won the rings, they were stacked. Their whole team was fucking stacked if you take it in. They beat the problem is they beat the Patriots. Eli Manning has beaten the Patriots twice. And that's why he's so revered, or people think he's something great and he's a Manning. But really and truly, Eli Manning needed to go. Odell Beckham was saving his bacon for the longest. For the longest, he was making him look like an acceptable starting quarterback. But Eli Manning, if he goes to Jacksonville, he'll have a chance of success. That's about it. If he goes anywhere else, he's finished. He's not lasting like Peyton did. He's 36. It's time for him to hang it up. He's finished. His last 3 seasons is terrible. He is like the interception king. Throws more picks than Brett Favre, and Brett Favre actually gets some touchdowns out of them shits. Like, this nigga will have 18 passing touchdowns and like 27 interceptions on a season and act like he's somebody that the Hall of Fame in the NFL ain't like the Basketball Hall of Fame, the NBA Hall of Fame. Anybody gets in the NBA Hall of Fame. You put some stats up, you get a 1-2 rings, they're slapping you in there. The NFL, you can be Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, and you're getting denied. And it's like, nigga, please, I'm second and third all-time receivers, and they're going to get in, but not in the first ballot, and that's disrespect. I don't give a fuck about their character flaws and all that bullshit. That is disrespect. The best 2-3 receivers of all time, niggas is tripping. God damn. Yo, that Avengers movie, though, holy shit, I need to see that shit. Everybody's in. They're throwing everybody in that shit. They're throwing everybody. They don't give a fuck. They're like, anybody that we did before, any movie, any character we have, throw that shit in there, and they're just stacking it. So it's going to be pretty crazy still. I don't know. I hope it's a long. I don't even like long movies, but I hope that movie's like 2.5 hours at least. Like, I want that shit to be long, so it's bare fucking shit in there, bare action. I need a good storyline, but the comic book nerds already know the storyline because this is just comic book reiterations, just remade, brought back to life, and all that shit. I think OKC needs to make some trades. I think they need to make some trades. I don't know about this Melo thing. If they're able to make the playoffs and then, stretch it out farther, and let's pause. But if they're able to make it to like the Western Conference Finals and lose to Golden State or something with the team currently constructed, that'll surprise me because what I'm seeing right now, there's too much fucking problems. Melo, I keep pointing the finger at Melo, but god damn it, I feel like he's the problem with the chemistry. They're not making Paul George a focal point, and that's a problem. If you want to win games in the West with Russell Westbrook, you're going to need somebody else to step up and be that guy, and that's Paul George. He is that guy. On offense and defense, he's holding it down, but it's just like the chemistry's not clicking. The coaching is the major problem. Billy Donovan needs to get some schemes together, or they're probably going to have to get this motherfucker the fuck out of here, because your team is too good to be losing all these games right now. This shit is ridiculous. I don't know how they're like 8-12. They were 12-8 this time last year. Fuck. MVP race right now, simple in my eyes. There's only two people at the top. There's LeBron and James Harden. James Harden is leading the league in points, leading the league in assists. That's ridiculous. LeBron's stats are stupid. Career highs and a lot of shit. So it's like, I don't know. It's 29, 8-8 on 58% shooting, 42 from 3 versus 31.9 James Harden has right now. And what, 10 assists? 11? I don't even know how much assists, but he's leading the league in assists. That shit's crazy. I don't want to hear Kyrie Irving for MVP right now. Like, get your stats up a little bit. Be the key catalyst to your team winning, not Brad Stevens, because that's what's going on right now. Is Brad Stevens. He's having the Popovich effect, and that's why they're winning games. Spurs are doing well without Kawhi Leonard. So if Kawhi Leonard comes back and they end up winning like 60-something games and they talk about him, MVP, that's like last year. You see what the Spurs can do. They're still a playoff team contending, doing way better than OKC with no Kawhi Leonard. Says a lot, man. The coaching and the system. And that's why when I look at OKC and I look at the problems, I'm looking at Bill Donovan. We looking at you. It's like, shit, nigga, get the shit together. No, man. Lonzo Ball. Honestly, when I watch the Lakers play Golden State last night, I look at Lonzo Ball and I look at Brandon Ingram like a young Steph Curry and a young KD. That sounds stupid because thing is not like Curry and his game's not like Curry, but the pairing, it seems like it could be like something like this when they start getting good in a couple years in the Western Conference. I feel like Kuzma too, but with Kuzma not playing yesterday, it seemed like they got more of a chance to be the focal point of the offense with Lonzo Ball dropping 15 and 10 and Brandon Ingram having a career high of 30 whatever points the fuck he had. But these niggas went to work. They still lost, but to take Golden State to overtime, being the Lakers, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. The Lonzo hate still continues though. He drops 15 and 10. Oh, we expect more. I'm like, nigga, you were saying you expect more when he was dropping 2 and dropping 0 and going 1 for 7. Then he drops 15 and 10. That is the more, nigga. That was the average in college. What the fuck you expect, man? Jeez. The Lonzo hate never gonna end. This episode of Blunt Talk with LT is brought to you by StatGuap.com. If you're listening to this shit on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Anchor, also know that there's a video on YouTube and StatGuap.com. StatGuap.com/shop.